Hello everyone, my name is Ivo and welcome to Cooking with the Koyas. We're back in the kitchen and what a fantastic place to be. Nothing beats a home-cooked meal. And this one is going to be simple and delicious. We're going to make, folks, today a simple spaghetti dish with eggplant. I have here 2 small eggplants, about 200 grams each. So you're going to want about 400 grams, which is just less than a pound of eggplant. And then quite simply, we're going to cube these up into small cubes. So just slice them. I'm going to slice them first. And then quite simply, about 1/2 inch to 1/4 inch squares, smaller squares. And you notice I'm leaving the skin on because these are small eggplants. So we're going to leave the skin on. Cube them up, small cubes, right? Just small bite-sized cubes, that's all you're looking for here. So let's get these, let me cube up all this eggplant. So the other nice thing about these smaller eggplants is they're not seedy, very, very little seeds. So the flavor is quite nice. Okay, we have all our eggplant diced up nicely. All right, now we're gonna season them up. Of course, a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. Just drizzle enough extra virgin olive oil to coat all of your eggplant cubes. So we're going to give them a toss. And we're going to add a little bit more. Just want to make sure they're coated nicely. They're going to absorb a little bit as well. And yes, when you think you've tossed enough, toss a little more just to make sure everything is completely coated, right? Okay. So I like that there. That looks pretty good. Don't want to lose that one. All right, and now maybe a little bit of salt. At this point, you can season as you wish. So I'm going to season with, you could use salt and pepper, you could use salt, pepper, oregano. I'm going to use just salt and a little bit of this roasted garlic and pepper spice, which I really like. A little bit of that in there. Okay. And honestly, I would like a little more, another drizzle of that extra virgin olive oil. Okay, I love my olive oil. Like I say, the eggplant actually absorbs a bit of it too. So don't worry about that. And it's all beautiful flavor that we're adding. Okay, so now that we have them seasoned how we want, on a pan with some parchment paper, we are going to now roast these in the oven. Spread them out. Oh, that one still wants to get away on me. There's always one that wants to get away. Okay, so spread them out best you can. Okay. That's looking pretty good. All right, so now you have 2 choices. You can put them in your stove oven. I'm going to use a little toaster oven because it's going to cook a little bit quicker. So these are going to go in my little toaster oven. And I'm going to bake them at about 380 degrees. Let's go convection bake. And I'm going to set my timer to 15 minutes, but it might not take that long. On a normal stove oven, it's going to take 15 to 20 minutes. You just want to make sure that the eggplant has got some color to it. That's all, and it'll be cooked perfectly. All right, now with that on the go, let's make our way over to the stove. So as you can see, while I was preparing, I had the pasta water started, and I'm bringing it to a boil. Once it comes to a boil, you can add your salt. So in case you're wondering, I have 4 liters of water here, and I'm going to add 1 tablespoon of salt, a little bit at a time, and then you can add the rest. And the reason it's only 1 tablespoon and not 2, because I don't want it necessarily salty like the ocean, but yet I still want it salty. So 1 tablespoon for 4 liters is great, because we're probably going to use a little bit of pasta water, so we don't want it overly salty. Okay. That's on the go. Now we're going to add our pasta, and today we're making spaghetti, and I'm using here a cut called spaghetti alla guitarra, which is a different cut. It's almost kind of rectangular, and I really like it. If you can find it in the store, spaghetti alla guitarra, by all means pick it up. It's got a different, I don't know, it's got a different feel to it and a different taste to it, even though it's just spaghetti. But anyways, regular spaghetti will do. You could use linguine if you want, fettuccine, any long pasta. In fact, you could even use short pasta, but today we're doing the long pasta version. So we have to bring this now back up to a boil. And according to the package, it's 11 minutes al dente and 12 minutes cooked. So that's going to be probably just enough time what I need for this eggplant to be cooked. So everything's going to kind of come together at the same time. So let's bring this up to a boil and then get our timer going. That's looking good. So the lid comes off. We don't want it to overflow. So the lid comes off, and we'll just stir this once in a while, but I'm going to set my timer for 11 minutes and then we'll check the al dente at that point. Meanwhile, let's get our sauce going. Alrighty, so let's put our heat on. Let's get it on medium heat. And yes, we're going to do more of a white sauce today, folks. So extra virgin olive oil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Look at that. 8 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil right there. That's perfect. Okay. And if you have containers like this, remember, once they're empty, wash them out because there's some extra virgin olive oil still clinging here, and that will start to turn. So when you add fresh olive oil, it'll start to turn. So you don't want rancid olive oil. So this will now be washed. Okay, so we have our extra virgin olive oil. Next, I've got here some minced garlic. I got 3 cloves of garlic that I sliced thinly and then minced. So let's add our garlic. So you could add 2 to 3 cloves. If you're not so crazy about garlic, go with 2. If you really like garlic, go with 3. And if you're crazy about garlic, go for 4. Okay, I think you get the point. All right, so we're just going to lightly saute this. We don't want to burn the garlic, so we're just going to infuse the oil with a little bit of flavor here. And in fact, we're going to also infuse it. I have here 1 dried chili pepper. If you don't have a dried chili pepper, just use chili flakes to taste, as you wish. Okay, and the other thing I'm going to add is just 1 tablespoon of tomato paste. So, whoops, remember, tomato paste is highly concentrated. So 1 tablespoon is going to go a very long way. Even though we're making more of a white based, that's going to add some really nice flavor. So we're going to get these all incorporated together, and we are infusing that extra virgin olive oil with some beautiful, beautiful flavors. All right, so I'm going to just keep this on a medium-low because we have probably another 8 minutes or so before that's ready, and we don't want to burn the garlic. So, but we do want it cooked, and we do want it infused nicely. Okay, our pasta's cooking nicely, and I think the garlic is where I want it, so I'm just going to put it on low now because we don't want this to burn. So we're just going to simmer it at this point. Okay, our eggplant are done. Let's take a peek. Oh yeah, there we go. That's very, very nice. They're just starting to brown. Stop. Okay, our timer went off for the pasta too. It's been 11 minutes. Everything's coming together at the same time. But right now, we're going to get our eggplant, our roasted eggplant. Oh, that's nice. Very nice. The advantages of having a little toaster oven is they just cook up quicker. I could have browned them even a little bit more, but that's okay. That looks pretty good. All right, so let's give this a toss and get them all coated with that beautiful extra virgin olive oil. That's looking really good. In Sicily, they make an eggplant dish, pasta alla norma. This is kind of similar, but not really. But it is made with eggplant. Okay, so, all right, so let's check here. See how our pasta is doing. Alla guitarra. It's still very much al dente. So I'm going to give it another 2 minutes. Meanwhile, that's just going to continue to simmer. Let's take a peek. 2 more minutes have passed. And let me grab a little corner here. Right there. Okay, that's better. That is just al dente. Right there. All right, so let me drain this pasta water. But before I do, I'm going to take a little bit of that liquid gold. Take a cup anyhow. Okay, we're going to put that aside. All right, let me go strain this pasta. Okay, time for some magic to happen. In goes our beautiful spaghetti alla guitarra. All right, let's toss that up. So we want to get it all coated. I put the heat on medium. I'll put it on medium-low right now while we're doing this. So we're going to get it all coated up nicely. And then we're going to perform a little more magic, folks. This dish is already looking great, but it's going to look even better. Yes, you think you've tossed enough? Just toss a little more. Okay, I just want to make sure everything is coated with that beautiful olive oil. All right, now that we have that done, a little bit of magic. I have here ½ cup of Parmigiano Reggiano cheese. In that goes. I went and took the juice from a lemon, but you want here about a quarter. I took about the juice from a half a lemon, which is about a quarter cup of lemon juice. And then I also went and zested that lemon as well. And I'm going to take the zest from a half a lemon, which is about 1.5 teaspoons of lemon zest. We're going to add that in there too. And then I went and got some flat leaf parsley, chopped it all up, and we're going to add about 1/4 cup of chopped leaf, the flat style parsley. That's my preference. And now let's add a little bit of pasta water. It's about 1/3 cup maybe. And now we toss. We toss and get all those flavors working together. This is where the magic happens, right here. Oh, look at this dish. Look at this dish. Just keep tossing because we put that pasta water in there and we want things to come together very nicely. In fact, we might add a little more pasta water and make our sauce a little bit creamier. So let me do that. Add a little more pasta water. This is like liquid gold. So it's probably about 3/4 cup that we've used. And now we're gonna let's toss this up and continue to toss it and get everything coated and get that sauce nicely incorporated. Just look at this creaminess coming together. In fact, I'm gonna use the rest of that pasta water and make it even creamier. So that's 1 cup of pasta water. And again, keep tossing and let's get everything incorporated. Okay, so I've been tossing for just about 2 minutes now, just coming up to 2 minutes. And you can see all the sauce has absorbed. We've got a nice little creamy base. That's exactly what I'm looking for. So total toss time is probably 4 to 5 minutes as we worked that pasta water into our pasta. Okay, let's get this plated. Oh my, this is looking so good. Look at that creaminess of that sauce. Oh, this is going to be so tasty. Okay, now all of this has got to be scraped out and in. So I'm just going to change angles here to make it a little easier for me. And we want to get, spatula works great. All the flavor, this is a lot of flavor clinging to this pan. We want it all to come out. Now you're talking. There we go. Take a look at that. Let's take a look at this beautiful spaghetti with roasted eggplant, garlic, olive oil, and a hint of lemon. Okay, let me get some plated because I can't wait to try this. I gotta get some plated right in here. Oh yeah. Reach down deep, Evo. Get all that beautiful creamy sauce. Oh yes. Now you're talking. Okay, I don't want to get too carried away. Okay, folks, let's make our way over to the dinner table and do the taste test. And this is the part where you get to reward yourself with a nice meal that you made yourself in your kitchen in short order too. But here, folks, is a plate of deliciousness. You get a little bit of eggplant, some pasta, nice creamy sauce clinging to the pasta. Oh my. Wow. Okay. This pasta dish, folks, absolutely delicious. That little hint of lemon, what a beautiful touch. And that chili pepper, I like it a little bit with a little bit of chili. In fact, I might even add a little more Parmigiano Reggiano, just as a nice added touch. It doesn't need it, trust me. It doesn't need it. But oh my goodness, flavor overload. What a simple dish. Not a lot of ingredients. I have to tell you, you really need to give this recipe a try. It is absolutely delicious. And I love, absolutely love that little hint of lemon that goes with the eggplant. What a perfect touch. So quick and easy to do. Comes together, again, very fast. While your pasta's cooking, you're making your sauce. You could have this meal start to finish easily within an hour. So for those of you who work, come home from work, you can be having a beautiful meal like this in less than an hour. I want to say, folks, wherever you're tuning in from, I really appreciate the nice comments that you leave. I read all the comments. I appreciate all the feedback that you give me. And I want to say thanks for joining me on today's episode of Cooking with the Koyas. And as always, until next time, buon appetito and salud. I have a beautiful dinner for one right here, ready to go. I am going to enjoy this thoroughly. Mmm.